Hello everyone. The third pillar in my series Find Your Balance is my favorite one, and I'm sure most of yours too. And that is sleep. A good night's sleep is a time when your mind, body, and soul are aligned to each other and it relaxes, energizes, and rejuvenates the system. But for that, the sleep must be sound and fulfilling. Staying awake or sleeping late does not solve the purpose of life. When we talk about any lifestyle changes for betterment, let that be diet or exercise or even sleep now, all of them require one thing, and that's discipline. Improper handling of sleep routine not only results into sleep deprivation but also has adverse effects on body as well as on mind. Think of that night or those nights when you're trying to fall asleep and you're unable to. You keep thinking about something, you watch web series or do all the possible things that you can do, and still you do not fall asleep or you sleep very late. And next day your energy levels are dropped down, you're unable to concentrate, you're unable to focus, you get irritated very often, you feel sleepy throughout the day, etc., etc. There are approximately 70% of Americans and 33% of Indians have sleep related disorder. And if you try to quick fix it with medications, there are two things. One thing is that medications cannot be long term, and secondly, if you tend to do it over a period of time, your system gets immune to it. So that cannot be a solution. And what is the solution? Just to get back your deep, sound, and fulfilling sleep. So in this video, we are going to understand how we can correct it and how we can use sleep as a remedy for all the mental health problems, in turn to improve the overall quality of life, to reduce the stress. Okay, first of all, understand this. Sleep is a natural process. As we feel hungry, as we feel thirsty naturally, the same way we also must feel sleepy. Think of babies or animals. Are they ever taught to sleep? No, they sleep whenever they feel like going to sleep, right? Same should happen with us. It's a natural process and we should let it come to us very naturally, not with any stimulants or not with any medications. We saw in my previous video that whenever we talk about stress, it's always about brain. And during stress, your brain is completely drained out. It gets tired. So whenever you have stress, it is ideal that you must give a rest to your brain. And how we can give a rest to our brain? When you are going to sleep. Like for example, if your leg is spinning, if your hand is spinning, what do? You just take a rest. And after rest, you again feel energized. Same like that, brain also requires a rest, and after rest, it can very well function. It can very well focus on right things, and it can better concentrate also. Now during rest, there are multiple things going on in the body. There is a decrease in muscle tone, decrease in breathing, heart rate, blood pressure, metabolic rate, and also many more changes. Sleep also regulates hormones. So if you have a good night's sleep, your hormones are better regulated. Like for example, sleep can very well regulate the hormone ghrelin and leptin. Now you will say, what are these ghrelin leptin are? Ghrelin is a hunger hormone and leptin is a satiety hormone. When you have a wonderful sleep, your ghrelin is low and leptin is higher. So you feel hungry very often, but you feel satisfied more. On the other hand, if you have improper sleep, then your ghrelin is higher and leptin is lower. Now in this, you feel hungry very often, and even if you're eating it, you have less of the satisfaction of the food. Now this can result into weight gain, and this can result into obesity and obesity related disorders. And this is how the improper sleep can result into obesity. So if you want to maintain your weight and you want to stay away from all the disorders, you must have a wonderful sleep at night. Let us understand, why do we stay awake for long time at night? There is a stress, too much of socializing, overusage of gadgets, inability to sleep may be due to stimulants, etc. Or some of people want me time at night. So staying awake at night for long time is considered as normal than getting up early in the morning. So those who are looking out for me time, I would rather say that instead of looking at night, look in the morning time, because that time half of the world is sleeping, and then you can devote all that time for yourself. Okay, because when you're staying awake at night, you're doing it for others, you're talking to people, you are partying or you're pubbing, or you are being with other people. But when you're getting up early in the morning, you're doing it for yourself. So that is the wonderful time that you can give it to yourself. Too much of socializing or overusage of gadgets, I don't understand at what cost people are doing it. Entertainment industry is doing their work perfectly by engaging us for longer period of time and earning money by losing our health. So if you want to sleep in a good way, then I would say that whatever OTT channels you have, you can either uninstall them completely so you can give a time to yourself to sleep, or if you want it, then please limit yourself. Okay. And when we talk about sleep, okay, how we go to bed is a ritual. Okay, so you're ideally not supposed to watch the phone before you're going to bed, but apart from that, there are few things which can add on to your routine which can give you a wonderful sleep. I have been following this ritual since many months and I can feel the difference in myself. So as I said that whatever I would be discussing is tried and tested way, the same thing is whatever sleep routine that I would be discussing is a tried and tested way. Let us see how we should go to bed. Remember the very first pillar I talked about, that was food, that was diet, right? And I said that circadian rhythm is one of the way through which you can keep away the stress from your life. Now how can we do it? As I said that you are expected to have your dinner at earliest, particularly at sunset or max to max 1 hour after the sunset, so that you can have enough of gap between a meal time and a bedtime, and then you can give a wonderful time to your body to digest and absorb the food. So now have your dinner at earliest, okay, keeping a gap of at least 3 hours or 4 hours between your meals. Okay, so let us assume that if you're having your meal at 7:30, you will go to bed at 10:30. Ideally, you're expected to go to bed 2 hours before the midnight. That is the ideal scenario. Okay, but still let's assume that you're going to bed at 10:30. Now at that time, what you should be doing, you have to brush your teeth. That you must be doing it, I'm sure. Okay, wash your face properly, change the clothes if you want to, and then you have to use a mild perfume. Okay, mild perfume, preferably chandan or mogra, have wonderful calming effects. If you don't want to spray it on your clothes, no problem, you can spray it on a pillow, or you can take a handkerchief, you can spray it on it and keep it beside your bed. Okay, that fragrance will give you a wonderful calming effect. So you're done with the perfume, then sit on a comfortable and a clean bed. After that, you have to reflect your whole day. Okay, after that you have to reflect your whole day, whatever you did, like sort of a reference. Okay, and plan your next day. When you're planning the next day, you are reducing the anxieties and overthinking about the next day activities. Okay, so you have reflected the day, you have thought of the next day as well. After that, you have to deep breathe. Now particularly when you're breathing in night, you're expected to breathe it through your left nostril, because left nostril is a symbol of moon, which gives you a calmness. Apart from that, left nostril breathing also curbs compulsive eating. Okay, and decreases pupil size, dilates blood vessels, sleep cycle, elimination, digestion, in सारे process को control करता है, and also it takes control of all the metabolic processes. Now when you are breathing through your left nostril, make sure you are holding that breathe for few counts. When you're holding breathe for few counts, you are making carbon dioxide available to the cells. Making carbon dioxide available to the cells makes cells more sluggish, and then you feel sleepy very easily. Okay, so you have to breathe through your left nostril, hold it for few counts, and then you can release it. Okay, this you have to do it for 5 minutes. You have to do it for 5 minutes. You can start with 1 minute and gradually you can increase the time. After deep breathing, have a gratitude towards God or whomsoever you respect in your life. Okay, that's a beautiful thing, having a gratitude of whatever you did or of whatever life you are having and whatever life you will be having. So gratitude and advanced gratitude, wonderful thing to have it. Okay, surrender yourself. Choose your thoughts. You're going to bed. Most of time it happens that when you're going to bed, when you wake up in the morning, you feel very tired and fatigued. You don't feel like getting up from the bed. Why does that happen? It's because of that you are not having a right choice of thoughts before you going to bed. Okay, think of those days when you have to do some interesting tasks next morning. Even you have to get up at, like for example, 6 o'clock. You will wake up at 5 o'clock itself. But when you feel that next day is going to be a little stressful, you don't feel like getting up, which results into tiredness and fatigueness at the time that you wake up. So choose your thoughts, have positive thoughts, have affirmations for yourself, and then go to sleep. Make the room as dark as possible, no gadgets, no TV, no mobile phones in the room at all, no blue lights or any colored lights for that matter, and follow this regime for every night. Gradually these habits will give you a wonderful deep sound sleep. And please get up at the same time. Do not hit that snooze button at all. Get up every day at the same time. Apart from that, you can even have milk and turmeric or pistachios or nutmeg powder before you go into bed. That will also give you a wonderful sleep. Apart from that, afternoon nap is also very important. Only make sure that it is not more than 20 to 30 minutes and it does not bother your night sleep. So keep checking your emotional state as you start following this regimen. I'm sure you will get wonderful results out of it. So let us summarize, guys. Have a sorted night routine, have a power nap in the afternoon, and do not depend upon any external stimuli. Let that sleep come naturally to you. That's all from my side for the third pillar. We will meet soon with the fourth pillar. Till then, bye bye and take care.